Hi folks, I want to tell you a story about something that happened to me the other day. This involves barking dogs, people, and eggs, and I'm going to tell you when I come back.
Hey! Roger! Oh, Rocket Chick. Roger! Hello there.
One day last week I went to bed about my normal time, around 9:15 or so, 9:30 at night. I'd just gotten to sleep and I got awakened by the sound of what I thought was a pack of dogs having a big fight on the street down below me. I mean, lots of dogs, ferocious barking, and I heard people yelling, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I finally woke up enough to realize that it was going on right outside my building. I got up and looked, and there were some people downstairs in the street and some dogs, and dogs were barking at each other. So I went outside, I got to put my shorts on, went out on the balcony, and I yelled and told these people, get your dogs out of here. Get your dogs inside, folks. People trying to sleep here. And these people are looking up here toward me and yelling and flipping me off, and part of the people took the dogs inside. There's this one little dog that barks. I'd rather hear fingernails scratching on a blackboard than to hear this dog bark, because the owners bring the dog outside and he barks and just barks at nothing, and the owners don't do anything. They just let him stand there and bark, you know. And most of the time you can just kind of tune it out and overlook it, and just, you know, because it doesn't last real long. But the other night, this was out of control. I mean, these people are really angry. I thought, well, they're really getting radical about this because I'm yelling at them. Now we're cursing each other, and you know, the guy wants to come inside the building, wants me to come down there, and he's standing over at the steps talking to the guard here. Well, I found out day before yesterday that before I went outside and started yelling at these people, somebody from this building threw eggs at them. There are some people here, I mean, there are a lot of people here that, like myself, don't have much tolerance for all these dogs barking. And the biggest problem with the dogs barking is, it's not so much with the dogs barking. The problem is the owners that don't control their dogs, and they just let them bark, and it's very loud, very disturbing to the neighborhood. And I realize there's, you know, probably nothing we're ever going to be able to do about it, just part of living in Ecuador. But for these people to be so irate and upset, I understand now, you know, why they're upset, because somebody threw eggs at them. I didn't throw the eggs. So I kind of have a feeling that this is probably the owner of the dogs. I'll read to you what he told me. You should stop throwing eggs at people. Respect Ecuadorian people. If you don't like it, get out, F-U-C-K, out, before I go in person to Migration Department and report you. I think he meant to say get the F-U-C-K, I'll get the F word out. You know, I can understand how this, in the first place, how this guy got my name. I can only surmise that maybe the guard told him. You know, the guard told him, oh, that's Don Shader. I'm surprised the guard didn't give him my phone number and tell him what apartment I'm in. That's a situation. I'll deal with that on a separate time. I wrote a letter to the building manager and told her about this, and said I don't appreciate the guard, if it was a guard, you know, telling this irate person my name. This guy tell me to have respect for Ecuadorian people. You know, Robert, I don't think you know the meaning of the word respect, because you guys bring your dogs out at night and let them disturb the neighborhood. You bring your dogs out, poop all over the sidewalk so you don't clean it up. I haven't personally seen you do that, but I see you take your dogs down the street, and you know it, and I know, everybody around here knows that all you dog owners around here, with the few exceptions, you let your dogs poop on the sidewalks, and then you just walk off and leave it. There's even somebody that will pick up the dog poop and put it in a plastic bag, but then just leave the bag there. So Robert, I'm addressing this to you. I did not throw any eggs at you and your family. If I did, I sure wouldn't stand there and let you see me. So apparently this person below me that threw the eggs at him ducked and covered, I'd guess, and didn't. And of course, I had no clue that somebody thrown eggs at this guy. But folks, this is a dose of reality about living in Manta. There are a lot of people that have dogs here, and these are not street dogs. These are own dogs, and they come out. Even a lot of them come out on leashes, and the dogs, you know, like the dog in my building below, barks at everybody else's dog that walks by. And it's a very loud bark, and I've complained about it several times to the homeowner association, because we're not supposed to have dogs in our building. And you know, but it's falling on deaf ears. Nobody really cares. The cops won't ever do anything about it. Property management won't ever do anything about it. Nobody wants to have trouble from anybody. You know, the guy wanted to fight, and I guess he wanted to beat me up. I don't know if I should be afraid to go out in the street or not. Robert, if you approach me in a violent manner, you're going to get a dose of pepper spray. Just hope I don't spray myself. If anybody has access to Facebook and can just do a Facebook search and look for this guy, do me a favor and send him a message and tell him he's got the wrong guy, because I can't do it. He's blocked me. I can't see his profile. He wrote the message and then he blocked me. That's the reality of living in Manta. This is the kind of stuff that you may have to deal with when you come here. It's not paradise, folks. Stuff like this happens all the time. There are a lot of expats that live here that are disturbed by this kind of stuff, but they won't say anything to anybody. Said they'll take it out on other expats. I just wanted to share this story with you because I like, you know how I am. I tell about the good and the bad about living in Ecuador. I go to Cuenca for a month and then get a guy pull a knife on me because he wants to steal my GoPro. But guess what? An Ecuadorian saved me that day. He told this guy he'd beat him if he didn't leave me alone. And the guy took off and ran away fast. But here in Manta, it's a little different culture than it is up there. It's a little different culture than a lot of other places. And there are some people here that just don't care about their neighbors. And there's a party next door on the roof of the building next door to me last night that went on until after sunup this morning. So this is the kind of stuff you're going to have to deal with when you come here, folks. If you can deal with it and you can set it aside and tune it out, more power to you. You'll love living here. I tune out 90% of it, but this dog's barking and waking me up and waking everybody up. It pushed a button with me. It angered me. I reacted. I know it wasn't the right way to do it, but I didn't throw eggs at you, Robert. Thanks for watching.